Welcome back. It is Saturday, December 10th in the NBA. My three favorite picks are on the way, but first let's recap how Friday's picks did. It was a 1-3 day. Now our best bet of the day, which we put more money on, does cash as Drew Holiday does go under 18.5 points, but the other picks, you got to look at them. I know LeBron James plays 43 minutes, a season high. He doesn't get his over in PRAs. Look, you told me LeBron James was playing 43 minutes going to overtime. They were going to score 122 points as a team. Yeah, I'd probably put like 5 units on his over, but he obviously doesn't come through. Banchero only shoots 11 times. You would have told me at pre the game, hey, Banchero's only shooting 11 times. I'd be like, heck yeah, we're probably going to cash that. He obviously scores 23 points. The Hornets don't come close. It was a weird night in the association, but it was our second losing day in the last 8 days. I'm not going to sweat one losing day. We're going to keep getting into it. If you are new, go down below, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button too. Since it is Saturday, we haven't uploaded any NFL videos for tomorrow, but we will have 2 today. My favorite spread picks video should be live around noon time, so definitely check that out. Then we'll have our favorite parlays and player props live later on tonight. So check out both those videos. A reminder about that PrizePicks free square. Make sure you take advantage of it. Sign up using code COS or the link in the description for a 100% deposit match. I'm not wasting any more of your time. It's Saturday. We got it right into the meat and the bones. 3 picks. Start with this first one. It's a spread pick and arguably the biggest game of the slate. Celtics versus Warriors. And I'm going to ride with the Celtics. -2.5, the road team. Only putting 1 unit on it. No best bet of the day, but it's a rematch of the NBA Finals. And I want to take the team that's going for some revenge. Obviously, the Warriors beat the Celtics in the NBA Finals last year. I'm going to ride with the away team because the Celtics have been a wagon. They've been absolutely ridiculous this season. And look, you can play the -3 if you want. You can take the money line if you want to pay the juice. But I'd rather take this Celtics team. I think they're playing a little bit better than the Warriors are. And the Celtics 10-3 straight up on the road. Very good road team that just came off spanking the Phoenix Suns. And the Warriors, sure, they've been great at home. They're 11-2 straight up. But I think the Celtics got some revenge on their mind. This is a game that they got to come out here and play pretty well. And look at the Celtics, their offense has been crushing it. They're first in offensive rating, 10th in defensive rating. The Warriors, 8th in offensive rating, so still pretty solid. 19th in defensive rating, and their defense isn't getting any better today as they're missing Andrew Wiggins most likely. Now, look, Wiggins is going to be the normally the number 1 guy on Jason Tatum, but now they don't have that. I don't know. Boston came into Golden State last year, beat them by 22 points. I think they come in here with a little bit of revenge on their mind. Look, I know the Warriors have been a great home team, especially against the spread, but I got to trust the Celtics team to come in here. They've just been playing way too well. I'll trust them on the road. I know it's risky, but look, the Celtics have been way too good for me to just go away from backing them here. I'll take them, minus the 2.5 points. I think they certainly can go in and get it done. I think that loss of Andrew Wiggins is going to be difficult because you got to rely on Klay Thompson and Stephen Curry to really have good games, or else this Warriors team is going to struggle to score points. I mean, Klay Thompson, it's been so hit or miss every single game, and Jordan Poole's been pretty solid, but outside of that, I just don't know where the offense is coming from to keep up with the Celtics team that can score, 130 points any given night. So give me the Celtics minus the 2.5 points. I'd rather take them than the home dog. The home dog, you don't really see it too often for the Warriors, but give me the Celtics. Now, let's move on to 2 player props, and then we'll get on out of here. We're talking about this guy, Mr. Kyle Lowry, and I'm taking this under 23.5 PRAs, -118 on FanDuel. Now, if you need an individual line, probably points is the way to go, but you look at the Heat. They're kind of healthy, sort of. I mean, they still got everyone and their mother on the injury report, but supposedly coming into this game, and let's knock on wood, we need these guys to play, but they should have Jimmy Butler out there, Tyler Hero, and Bam Adebayo. All should be healthy for the first time since 1999. I mean, these guys have not been healthy all season long, but they're finally all ready to go, and Kyle Lowry is going to be out there too. These 4 guys have hardly ever played in a lot of games this season, but I look at this game and I look at those 4 guys playing. You look at Kyle Lowry, it's going to be the 4th option. Bam Adebayo, not necessarily the most aggressive guy out there, but he'll go out there and shoot his shots. Jimmy Butler will shoot his. Tyler Hero will go get his too. So I look at this offense. It's not really going to run through Lowry. His usage is not going to be as high as it normally is. And Lowry is unselfish. He's not a guy that normally goes out there and is going to say, you know what? I'm not passing it to my teammates. I'm going to go out there and shoot 20 times. That's not Lowry's game. He can go out there and shoot 2 times. We've seen it happen before. We've seen him go out there and shoot 6 times. It happens. And if Lowry goes out there and only shoots, 5, 6 times and only scores, less than single-digit points, it's going to be very tough for him to hit this over in PRAs. I mean, there's so many different ways he can go under. Plus, this is also like an 11, 12-point spread against the Spurs, a team that's really stunk. And they're on the road. I mean, the Heat are at home. This could be a blowout. It wouldn't surprise anyone if the Heat win this game by like 30 points. Well, I'm not banking on a blowout to be the only way that this cashes, but the Heat still got Max Strus coming off the bench. Victor Oladipo, both of those guys should be playing, and I think Caleb Martin should be out there as well. They got a bunch of different guys that can go out there and shoot their shots. And you look at Lowry, he's going to probably likely get the Trey Jones matchup. I mean, Trey Jones has been pretty decent this year. He'll have to actually play some defense. And you saw Lowry play the Spurs last year. He had a game, he had 2 points, 3 rebounds, and 4 assists for just 9 PRAs. Can he duplicate that? I hope so, because that would be awesome, but I think there's just way too many things here where Lowry either doesn't shoot a bunch, or two, this game is a blowout. I think both those are easy outcomes where we see Lowry goes under this line. We know Jimmy Butler could get hot. We know Tyler Hero, Bam Adebayo. All these guys have favorable matchups on the court. I just don't see Lowry being the guy to be like, all right, let me get mine. I mean, he's obviously still battling with his own injuries. He's still taking some games off here and there. And this is a Spurs team that gives up a ton of points in the paint. Lowry's not necessarily a guy that's really driving to the rim and just laying it up over guys. It's not his game. But you look at guys like Tyler Hero, Bam Adebayo, Jimmy Butler, all these guys that can get into the paint and score. I think it's a lot more of those guys doing the work, and maybe they blow out the Spurs. Either way, I think this Lowry line, I know it's normally 23.5 PRA's normal game, but this just feels like an under spot for him. I just don't think he's having a big game. And if he does, good for him. Good to see him playing well, but I'd rather take his under 23.5 PRAs. Now, my third and final play of the day is not going to be a popular one in the comment section, and that's okay. Normally, the popular ones don't normally hit. But let's talk about this guy. Mr. Damian Lillard, under 39.5 PRAs, minus 122 on FanDuel. Now, look, I know Damian Lillard, and you guys hate when I bet unders on stars. And while they haven't necessarily been too great for us this season, you have to recommend. I mean, stars are going to go under more often than they probably go over. I mean, that's just the nature of the game. They put these lofty lines out there. There's just way too many ways for these guys to go under. And look, if Damian Lillard doesn't shoot the ball well, he's going under this line. If he scores 20 points, he's not getting 15 assists and 5 rebounds. That's just not happening. So if Damian Lillard doesn't shoot the ball well, that's why I lean his under in points. But I'd rather take the PRAs because this line's so lofty. I mean, they juiced his line to the moon. I mean, Lillard averaging 26.9 points per game, 4.2 rebounds per game, and 7.3 assists per game. I like his assists tonight, but it's 38.4 PRAs. If this game is a blowout, he's not hitting this. If this game is, he just doesn't shoot well, he's not hitting this. If he doesn't get a lot of assists, he's not hitting this. If Jeremy Grant plays decently, he's probably not hitting this. Anthony Simons does anything, not hitting this. I mean, there's just way too many outcomes for Damian Lillard to go under here. I mean, look, Anthony Simons, I feel like this game suits him. I feel like you look at Anthony Simons, last game scored 6 points. What did the books do to his player prop? They didn't even change the player prop line. So I think Anthony Simons comes out here and plays pretty aggressive, and I think they make a point to get him the ball early and try to get him going. Now you look at a guy like Jeremy Grant. He's still going to get his. It's not a terrible matchup for him against his Timberwolves team, and this just feels like way of an overcorrection of a line. 40 PRAs for Dame. Yeah, Damian Lillard can go out there and score 40 points. And if he does so well, I can live with it on my chest that Damian Lillard scored 40 on me. But you look at Lillard on the year, still under this line in 8 of 13 games. Now you look at the 5 games he went over. 3 of them he scored 40 points on by himself. So yeah, Damian Lillard can hit this over in just points alone, but the proof's in the pudding. He's gone under in 8 of 13 games. So that's why people are like, gosh, you can't take unders on stars, but the guy's been under more often than he's been over these lines. And you look at his last couple games against Rudy Gobert, because obviously they're taking on the Timberwolves. Lillard is at 42, 22, 38, 34, and 20 PRAs. So going under in 4 of his last 5 versus Gobert to this line, this is a much different Lillard than you've seen in the past. Normally Lillard, especially once McCollum got out of there, or when McCollum wasn't even healthy, this was Lillard basically having to carry the team. This was Lillard with a bunch of bums on the team. Now he's got some guys in Anthony Simons, Jeremy Grant, Josh Hart can still take some usage, Yusuf Nurkic. They have a talented team. They're not the terrible. Then it's the team that I don't love taking under on Lillard. I love him, but 40 PRAs, man. It's just a lofty goal. I mean, Lillard's great. Like I said, he can go out there and score 40 points, but there's a realistic possibility that Lillard could go out there and he could have the following stat line: 30 points, 2 rebounds, 7 assists, still goes under. He could score 28 points and have 10 assists, but have 0 rebounds. He just doesn't grab a ton of rebounds, especially with Gobert out there in the paint, and Yusuf Nurkic having to probably sit in the paint as well. Josh Hart's grabbing rebounds. Everyone else can grab rebounds. It just feels like way too many ways for Lillard to go under. I don't see him hitting 9 threes again. He normally plays well against the Nuggets, but he just doesn't have the best track record versus Rudy Gobert. I know Rudy Gobert is going to play some drop coverage, but Rudy Gobert is going to play drop coverage on everyone. So Anthony Simons should get open looks. Jeremy Grant too. So look, I know you don't have to tail it. I just think I think Damian Lillard goes under in PRAs tonight. If he score 40 points, yeah, maybe I'll wear an L on my forehead tomorrow. But I just don't think I think this line's a little bit too lofty. So give me Damian Lillard under 39.5 PRAs is my third and final play of the day. But of course, it's time to shout out some COS All-Stars. Let's dive into these couple ones, and then we'll get on out of here. We got Woodalyn, we got Mace, we got Yimmy, we got Icy, Pin DeBoz, we got Lord Zachary Charles, we got Nick, the man, we got Brady, we got Brett, Javier, Natik, and Miguel. Appreciate you guys so much for supporting the channel. 2 NFL videos on the way soon today. Definitely check those out. And of course, if you want to sign up for PrizePicks, go use those links down below in the description. 100% deposit match up to $100. I'm Austin. I'm signing out. See you guys back in tomorrow. Peace.